is my review on the Success Magic book with the hand brand. It's another Gallery of Magic series. So I completed this book over a year ago. As you can see, hold on, let me show you. I wrote stuff on the front, and anyway, I wrote some stuff like out of the box, so maybe it manifests, and like a lot of it did. This book helped me with math and science, weirdly. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it helped me with the math and science. So, like, I had a successful degree in health science. I was really good at certain math classes. I understand math really, really well, like certain topics like geometry and algebra. I'm very good at it, so like you can apply algebra to like very complicated things. For example, if you want to operate an aircraft or fly a rocket, you have to understand really good algebra, right? You have to understand the slope of something. You have to understand, basic algebra. So you have to understand, how am I going to fly this rocket? Is it going to go vertically up? Is it going to go with a slope or follow a certain slope? Blah, blah, blah. So, also, it helped me with quantum physics. I'm really good at it. Like, I've been very successful in science. So, like, this book mainly focus on the success of like my passion for a lot of things. I love science, I love astronomy, I love space, I love medical. Like, it's just like a broad spectrum. This book helped me be successful in operating machinery. Okay, so I have a physical disability. I have a walker, and I use a wheelchair for long distances. So this helped me operate vehicles without having to touch a wheel. Okay, I don't have to see to know what I'm doing. If all you give me is a computer and some math, I'll be able to, operate the vehicle just like that. So this book helped me. So if I'm connected to like an electrical car or something that flies, whatever, this helps. I'm sorry if I'm not making sense. I'm always thinking outside the box. So, I also got a bunch of FBI rewards. I wrote in this book that I want to be successful at like certain jobs, and I wanted to help with the FBI rewards, right? Because they pay a lot. So you can also ask them to reward you with housing. You can ask for a car. Like, it doesn't have to be money. Like, they would rather pay you material wealth than money, because you can get easily stolen from, right? If you, for example, get a 1 million reward from the FBI. It might get stolen because it's a lot of money, right? So you can, call them and ask and be like, if I get this reward, can you get me XYZ instead? Because you're trying to be smart about it. So I asked for a Tesla and that's what I got. Okay, so thank you for that reward. I believe it's a blue Tesla. And I always wanted a Tesla, so in the book I wrote to be successful at, like all the things I wrote, they manifested. I didn't expect it to, but the angels in this book, in these sigils, look. This, for example, they know, like, they help. There's a ritual here, I think, at Loop's events that you have to be careful with. Because once things start looping, you don't do this book if bad things are happening to you. Because it might loop. So, I learned that in the looping ritual, this book is great. It makes sure that your other magical books and workings are successful. It helps with your spell work if you do spells. If you do any area of your life and you do this book, you'll be successful at it. That's what manifested. So, like, it's been over a year since I finished this book, and yes, it takes a year to finish this. Like, you have to be consistent. You can take breaks, but you need to be consistent, right? So, things are manifesting. I would say 90% of what's in this book manifested. There's still some left. And yes, I do math in my head now. So 90-10, which isn't bad, right? It helped manifest my dream job. Oh, and I forgot to mention, every time I reported someone, it led to, like, serious arrest. Like, very serious arrest that I help with. That's why I'm being taken seriously. Because, like, once I put 2 and 2 together, it's game over for the other person. So, just be consistent with this book. Also, be very mindful. Make sure that things are going good for you. Take breaks when doing this book. I would say this book is all about tech and science. So, if you really like science and technology and maybe even math, use this book. If you're working towards working with NASA, do this book. Because yes, they did hire me. And yes, they do take me seriously. And yes, I am successful. With my help with them. Okay. So here's my recommendation to anyone who flies aircraft or wants to fly rockets. Do this book and do a lot of algebra. also play Star Trek online. I know it sounds wacky. One other tip. Fly commercial planes. If you want to fly rockets, fly commercial planes, because guess what? Commercial plane flying is extremely complicated. I know I make things look very easy, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. So practice flying, practice your algebra, and yeah, that's my advice. Guess what, guys? NASA is looking for pilots for their rockets that do very, very well in algebra. Everything else is moot. They're looking at people who excel in algebra. I'm telling you guys, they do. So like they're looking at your test. They're like, oh, she got 98, 100, 90. That's what they're looking for. They're trying to see, okay, if they fly our rockets, are they going to understand the slope? Or are they gonna go straight up and crash it? You know what I'm saying? They need someone who thinks in algebra very quickly, and this book helps. So yeah. Get this book. And yeah. Peace.